America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Maybe the very most important point to make this Friday is the point I've been making for the past 8 weeks. Just fight, Democrats. Democrats, your voters, Democrats, the American people who oppose Donald Trump and Elon Musk and everything Trump and Musk are doing, man, they just want you to fight. They want fighters. Fight. Maybe it's no more complicated than that. I certainly think that's the most important takeaway. I spent 3 months last year every day out in the battleground state campaigning for Kamala Harris. And man, I would hear from Democratic voters all the time, they want fighters. And since Trump won and since Donald Trump has been sworn in, that's all I've heard even more. Democrats, from just voters, from just regular people, from independents who can't stand Trump and can't stand what Trump and Musk are doing, what they say more than anything is, Joe, I just want people who will fight. I want representatives who will fight, who will roll up their sleeves, rip off their shirt, and fucking fight. In this moment right now, where it certainly looks like Senate Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, are going to cave and give in to Trump and Musk. I mean, maybe at this point right now, that alone is the reason that every single Senate Democrat today should say, fuck no, and vote against this Republican spending bill and say, hell no, and punch Musk and Trump, if only just to show to their voters that they're capable of fighting. And maybe, again, this is my own bias because when I was a Tea Party congressman and everywhere I've been when I was in Congress and when I was in talk radio and on TV and all the rest, man, that's generally what I led with. I very passionately just fought for the stuff I believed in. So I've always valued public figures who fight. And by the way, we're at a moment right now, and Keith, we'll put this up a couple times. The Capitol Hill switchboard, the Senate is going to vote today on this CR, on this Republican spending bill to fund the government for the next 6 months. Call the Capitol Hill switchboard. We'll put the number up there, 202-224-3121. Contact any and every Senate Democrat you want to contact. Tell Senate Democrats right now, the rest of the day, they're going to vote on it sometime today. Tell them to vote no. Hell no. Hell no on this Republican spending bill, on this Musk and Trump spending bill. There it is, Keith. 202-224-3121. Come on, everybody. Come on, resistance. Call that and have them direct you to any Senate Democrat, Schumer, any of the rest, and tell them Fetterman, any of the rest, and tell them to vote hell no today. Tell them to stand up to Musk and Trump today. Tell them to fight. But here's the other point. And this is why, again, if I were a Democrat, if I were a Senate Democrat, this is why I would so be voting against this CR today. this doesn't get talked enough about. And I think the average American out there don't understand this. Yeah, Cyrex, I got no problem shutting down the government. This is the Republicans' government. This is, my God, Cyrex, you're talking to me. Back when I was a Tea Party congressman, I voted to shut the government down a couple times. We're bankrupting our kids and our grandkids. Hell yes, shut down the government. This is the important point right now that I don't think average Americans understand. This is the only point today. This is the only point. Have I emphasized only? Today is the only point in this entire process where Democrats have the leverage. Senate Democrats right now, this is the only point where they have any power. This is the only point right now, today, in the Senate, with this spending bill. This is the only point where Democrats can stop what Musk and Trump and Republicans are doing. You need to understand that. Let's again, just the basics, right? American Government 101. Republicans right now control the House. Republicans control the Senate. Republicans control the White House. Okay. In the Senate, follow me, to end debate and vote on a bill, it takes 2/3 of the Senate. It takes 2/3 of the Senate to do that, to even get to the vote, to even get to the Republican spending bill. They need 60 United States senators to vote to end the debate and go to the vote and go to the bill. It's called cloture. It's called the filibuster. 60 votes. It's not just majority, 51 votes and you can end debate and go vote on the bill. No, to end debate, to end the question, to end cloture, it takes 60 votes. Without 60 votes in the Senate, the filibuster, the Senate will never vote on the Republican spending bill. Republicans don't have those 60 votes. Republicans have what? 53. Republicans need 8 Senate Democrats to end the debate and to vote on the bill. Without the 8 Democrats, i.e., without the 60 votes, you never get to the vote on the spending bill. Again, this is the unique aspect of the Senate. It's not just straight majority wins. The Senate and the House are two very different animals. It takes 60 votes to get to the Republican spending bill. Democrats have the power right now. Republicans need 8 Senate Democrats to vote yes, because Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, Republican, he won't vote to end the debate, and he's already said he won't vote for the spending bill. So 8 Senate Democrats need to get to the vote on the bill. And then when you get to the vote on the Republican spending bill, 8 Senate Democrats need to vote for it, or it doesn't pass. You see, Democrats right now, They got all the marbles. Right now, today in the Senate, they got all the marbles. They got all the toys. They got all the power. They got the leverage. They can stop Musk and Trump right now. They can give a middle finger to Musk and Trump and all of the unconstitutional activity, I haven't even gotten into that yet, that Musk and Trump have been doing for 8 weeks. Senate Democrats right now control this thing. Now that you understand that, right? Republicans don't have enough votes in the Senate. Sure, they got the majority. They don't have 60. They've only got 53. So they can never end the filibuster right now. Take 60 votes to end the filibuster. And with Rand Paul, that means Republicans need 8 senators, Democratic senators, to say, we give up, we cave, go ahead, let's vote on the bill. Democrats can stop it right now. And that's why when Chuck Schumer, we may have a little bit of Chuck Schumer last night, Keith. I think he was on MSNBC.
House, if you got any 1 vote, Jared Golden in Maine. I've seen a lot of House members, and across an ideological range, interestingly enough, urging the Senate to filibuster this, saying, look, this is existential about whether we control the power of the purse or not. We cannot essentially sign off on this Doge unilateral arrogation of this power.
Yeah, look, I supported what the House did to vote against this bill universally, but that didn't cause a shutdown. It's different in the Senate. And I knew people were going to disagree with me, but I felt so strongly that the shutdown would be the greatest disaster we face with these arrogant.
Stop, Keith. Can you stop? I can't take Schumer anymore. I can't. Hey, by the way, Democrats, rule number 1. How about this, Democrats? If you're not going to listen to this former Tea Partier and you're not going to fight, you're not going to listen to this former Tea Partier, and you're not going to use the only leverage point you've got today in the Senate, and you're going to cave and you're going to pass Musk's and Trump's spending bill, then do me a favor. Just listen to me now. Please keep Chuck Schumer away from any and all TV cameras from now on. Please keep Chuck Schumer away from TV cameras. He got to go. Chuck Schumer got to go. Chuck Schumer got to go. You talk about it's been a long, long time. I can't remember a man more not made for a moment than Chuck Schumer right now for this moment. I can't remember one. Chuck Schumer is so not made for this moment. Chuck Schumer's still like back in the 1990s, right? Chuck Schumer still thinks he's dealing with the Republican Party with Republican senators like John McCain and Bob Dole and all the rest, right? That Republican Party, that's Chuck Schumer and Trent Lott and all of those guys where Republicans and Democrats, right? They were gentlemen and gentlewomen and they debated and then they hugged and then they went out and drank together and blah, 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 all the rest. Those good old days, Chuck Schumer's still living in the fucking 1990s. He doesn't understand that ain't today's Republican Party. Today's Republican Party is radicalized. Today's Republican Party, my former party, is an authoritarian embracing cult led by a tyrant. Schumer doesn't understand this. This ain't Bob Dole's Republican Party anymore. You talk about someone so not for this moment. Chuck Schumer. Schumer last night said he was going to vote for the Republican spending bill. And right now, it looks like Schumer's probably given enough Democrats cover to do the same thing, to cave, to go along with Musk and Trump and the Republicans. Because they just don't, again, they don't understand this moment. I think they know this is their only leverage point. They're afraid to use it. I think many of them want to fight. They're afraid to fight. Again, they're still living. Democrats right now are living in some yesterday world where, oh my God, it really matters. Like this is a fight over spending. Bullshit. This is a fight over the Constitution of the United States. Chuck Schumer and Democrats. By the way, everybody, call the Capitol Hill switchboard. This is your to-do for the next 2 or 3 hours. Call that number, 202-224-3121. Have them connect you with any Senate Democrat, every Senate Democrat, and tell every Senate Democrat to say hell no to Republicans and hell no to Musk and Trump today. See, here's the deal, Democrats. This is not a fight, as I mentioned yesterday, about spending. This is not a fight about money for this program or that program. This is a fight about the Constitution of the United States. Democrats, let me remind you of something. For the past 8 weeks, the President of the United States, along with the wealthiest guy on the planet, they've been doing your job. They've been doing, Trump and Musk, Democrats, have been doing what our founders said only Congress can do. Trump and Musk are deciding what money to spend and what money not to spend. Trump and Musk have been deciding what federal employees to fire, what federal employees not to fire, what programs to freeze, what federal agencies to gut or try to shut down. Only you, Congress, have the constitutional authority to do all of this. And for 8 weeks, Trump and Musk have basically said, fuck the United States Constitution. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do all this stuff that our founders and the Constitution say that only Congress has the power to do. I would remind you, Democrats, the reason Trump and Musk can do this is because Republicans run the House and the Senate, and Republicans, right, in the House and Senate have laid down on the ground, prostrated themselves in front of Trump and Musk, and pledged undying fealty to Trump and Musk, and defied their oath to defend the Constitution. I'll acknowledge that, Democrats. I scream that every day. We're in this mess because Republicans, congressional Republicans, have decided they don't want the legislative branch to be an independent branch of government. Agreed. They're the bad guys. Democrats, congressional Republicans, they're the bad guys in this story. I acknowledge that, right? They have become, instead of independent members of Congress, Republicans have become advisors to Trump and Musk. Fully agree. And the courts systematically are going to ratchet and are ratcheting all of this back. But Democrats, none of that excuses you. Because again, you have the power today to stop them. This is the only point in this entire sordid process, Democrats, where you, thank you, Keith, where you own the power. Eight Senate Democrats. If 8 Senate Democrats cave today, Trump and Musk win. If Senate Democrats hold firm, Trump and Musk lose. But see, like Schumer again, and too many Democrats again are back in the 1990s. This is a fight over the Constitution. I guess that's what I'm saying. If you're not going to, I guess Democrats, if you're not going to fight at the only point in which you have the leverage, shame on you. And if you're not going to fight over this higher principle of defending the United States Constitution, Trump and Musk have been defying the Constitution every day for 8 weeks. Congress, only you can appropriate money to spend. Only you can dictate how that appropriated money is spent. The president doesn't have that power. If you're not going to fight for the Constitution, then I don't know what you'll ever fight for. That's what's so discouraging right now. We're not fighting over money for a border wall or money for some healthcare program, all important stuff. We're fighting over Congress's job, the authority that our founders gave Congress in the Constitution. Donald Trump has grabbed that authority. Democrats fight for that authority, fight for that principle, fight for the Constitution. And this is the one moment where you can win. Make that case to the American people. By the way, final point. Democrats, if you need one more final point, by the way, everybody, call that Capitol Hill switchboard, 202-224-3121. Direct them to your favorite Senate Democrat. Tell your favorite Senate Democrat to say, hell no, hell no, hell no, vote no today. Hell no to Musk and Trump. By the way, Democrats, one more argument I want to make to you here to buck you up, Democrats. You voted on a budget up until midnight tonight. You decided in that budget what money is going to be spent where, right? And so for the past 8 weeks, Musk and Trump have ignored that budget you passed a while ago, and they've been cutting spending left and right. They've been cutting and freezing and eliminating congressionally appropriated spending already, right? Already on money you voted for a while back. So you go along with this 6-month spending bill? Well, fuck. You know Trump and Musk are going to ignore whatever you say, whatever you, with the authority of the Constitution, say, designate, money must be spent here, these programs must get this much. Well, Trump and Musk have already ignored you. They're going to ignore you for the next 6 months. Why, Schumer and all the rest of you Senate Democrats, why would you put your name on another spending bill that Trump and Musk are going to tear up anyways and do their own thing with anyways? Why would you want to be a party to that? I'm done. You get my point. All you good folks out there, if you're with me, again, just contact your Senate Democrat. Tell them to fight. I hope everybody understands, right? This is the only, I'll say it again, because you know what, as Americans, God love us all, but we've all gotten pretty stupid when it comes to how our government works, right? All of us, left and right, we all bemoan and bitch about the fact that we need to do a better job teaching American government and civics. Amen to all that. We don't teach it enough in our schools anymore. Again, just basic, the difference in the way the House and the Senate work. Right now, it's called the filibuster. Right now, it takes 60 votes in the Senate to pass this Trump and Musk bullshit. Republicans do not have those 60 votes. They only got 53. Really, they only got 52 because Rand Paul ain't voting for it. So that means they need eight Senate Democrats. So that means Sherlock Democrats own this moment in the Senate right now. Democrats have all the marbles. Use them. Use those marbles. This leads me, by the way, this Friday to something I tweeted out this morning that I've been getting a lot of shit on from left and right. Hey, Keith, you got that tweet there? There's a tweet I put out this morning. Here's my tweet if you can't read it. Donald Trump is an utterly horrible human being, a cruel, ignorant, pathological liar, incapable of shame or human empathy. How the hell did the Democrats lose to him, I asked. Well, I said, Democrats became elitists and snobs, utterly out of touch with and dismissive of regular folks. That's how. I fired that tweet off, and obviously both sides got mad at me. MAGA got mad at me because how dare you say such bad things about Donald Trump? And the left got mad at me. Democrats got mad at me. Joe, how dare you say such bad things about the Democratic Party? But ask yourself this question. By the way, everything I said about Trump is completely true. He's an utterly horrible human being. Enough of that. But to me, what's interesting, Democrats, where you've always needed to really explore since you lost to that utterly horrible human being, is answering that question. How the hell did you lose to him? I mean, if we all accept the truth, the fact that Trump is a horrible human being, he's the absolute worst of us. He's a pathological liar. All the rest, completely ignorant. He's an authoritarian wannabe. All of that. The really cogent, important question, Democrats, is and has been for the past 3 months, how the hell did you lose to him? And I know every Democrat's wondered this. Like, how did we lose to that guy? I mean, he's so bad. He's so stupid. He works for Putin. He's a traitor, all the rest. How, Democrats, did you lose to him? And by the way, Democrats, if you're not asking yourselves that question, shame on you. Shame on you. Oh my God. So I want to believe that you are all kind of examining, trying to figure out how did we lose to Trump? How did we lose to Trump? He's the worst. My truth, my how, has always been sort of what I said about the Democratic Party in that tweet. I'm a former Tea Party guy. I spent every day for 3 months last year in a battleground state campaigning for Kamala Harris. Joe Walsh, the Tea Party guy. And what I heard every day for 3 months in Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, and the rest, what I heard every day from regular folk just confirmed what I've heard for the past 5 to 6 years, ever since I turned against Trump. Regular people for 3 months in every battleground state would tell me the following. And when I talk about regular people, I'm not talking about people who pay attention to politics 24/7 and they're watching cable news all the time and they're going on podcast all the time and they're tweeting all the time. I'm talking about regular people out there living their fucking lives, raising their kids, doing their job, trying to get by week by week, right? Paycheck by paycheck. And these are good, decent people. And they try to pay attention to the madness that is politics a couple times a week. They poke their heads out there somewhere and try to pay attention to the shit that's going on. Good, decent people trying their best to live their lives and every now and then follow what's going on. This is what I mean by regular folk. And every day, Democrats, every day, in pick your battleground state, these regular folk would tell me, Tea Party Joe Walsh out campaigning for Kamala Harris, they would tell me, all of them, a variation of the following. Hey, Joe, I know Trump's an asshole, they would say. I know Trump's a bad guy. I know he's a jerk. I know he's a dick. I know all he cares about is Trump. I get it, Joe. I know he lies all the time. I get it, Joe. But they would say to me, you know, these Democrats, Joe, they don't care about me. They look down on me. They're a bunch of elitists. They dismiss me. So, Joe, I got to choose between the asshole that I think at least listens to me and the party that really doesn't even care about me. They like laugh at me. Democrats, this is what I heard every day from regular folk in every battleground state in which I campaigned for Kamala Harris. Regular people chose the lying asshole, Trump, over the woke elitist, the Democrats. I mean, that's the lesson of 2024. And here we are in this moment right now. The lying asshole got elected because more Americans chose the lying asshole over the woke elitists, right? And so here we are. And part of Democrats, part of not being an elitist snob who dismisses regular people, part of what you need to do, Democrats, is fucking fight. Be a regular person and fight. Chuck Schumer ain't regular people. Chuck Schumer ain't your fighter. But to defeat Trump and to defeat MAGA, Democrats got to get off of their elitist high horse, get out of their MSNBC studios and speak with and engage with and listen to and understand regular people again. Or MAGA and Trump, the bad guys, the anti-American, anti-democracy party, the pro-authoritarian party will keep winning, because I firmly believe that regular folk, if they have to choose between the asshole they know and the dismissive party they don't, most of them will always pick the asshole they know. Democrats got to fight. Democrats got to get out of their ivory towers and listen to and understand what regular people are concerned about. And Democrats, I acknowledge that Trump's fooled them. Trump doesn't really give a fuck about anybody. Trump lies to them. I always bring up this example, Democrats. Just one example during the campaign. When Trump looked at regular folk in that debate and said that Haitian migrants were eating people's pets, it was an utter lie, total bullshit. Trump knew it was a lie and a bullshit, but he fed that lie and bullshit to regular people who were rightly concerned about the problem of migration and immigration in this country, a real legit concern. Trump feeds them a bullshit lie, but Democrats, you never gave a damn about the legit issue of immigration, the problem of our border, the problem of migration, the problem of all these migrants in this country. You never really gave a damn. Biden didn't. Kamala Harris got into it too late. And so just on that one issue, Americans said, all right, he's lying to me about the cats and the dogs, but I think maybe he'll fucking do something about this issue. And they didn't believe Dems you'd do anything about an issue they had legit concerns about. That's just one example. I'm going to end there, Keith. Thus endeth today's classroom. Hey, Keith, can you give me that switchboard number one more time? Thank you, brother. You're only to do today. Everybody call the Capitol Hill switchboard. Have them connect you to any Senate Democrat. Tell any Senate Democrat to say no, to vote no today, to punch back against Musk and Trump, to use this one moment Democrats have to employ their leverage, their power, to stand up for the Constitution. This is a fight about the Constitution, about who's got the power to appropriate funding. Man, if you won't fight about that, Senate Democrats, you ain't going to fight about anything. Call, everybody. Call that switchboard. Thank you for listening. Again, as always, my email address, thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. All one word, thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Don't forget, if you're into Substack, go to my Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Check it out. Great stuff today. I call for a Democratic Tea Party. Social Contract with Joe Walsh. That's my Substack. No kings. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with